Hello everyone. Tonight I am going to put you to sleep with this oddly satisfying game and my voice. I'm on a playground. There's this very filthy slide. I've been working on the playground already, so as you can see, I've been cleaning up quite a bit of it. But we're not done. We're gonna clean this playground and then work on some other things. Oh, there we go. It's nice to clean this poor stegosaurus. Stego slide, as it's called. This is my third power wash video that I've made, and if you missed any of the others, you can find links to them in the video description so that you can go back and watch them, which I do recommend because I think this game is a really nice, relaxing kind of game, and you don't want to miss any. One thing that I missed is, and you guys made sure to let me know, which I really appreciate, I was using these soaps, but I haven't even bought the, oops, wrong button. I need to go in the shop and buy the soap nozzle. Here it is. Yeah, so I hadn't done that yet. I'll go ahead and I'll buy it because we've got lots of money. And now I could, well, wait, where? Oh, I have to use it. There we go. This is the soap nozzle, and then if this is plastic. I switched to plastic, and see, there we go. Now I'm spraying it with soap and cleaning like quite a large area, which is pretty good. I think I like to use the others, and you can see in the bottom left down there, I'm using up the soap, so it is not unlimited. I would need to buy more. Yeah, this it's just not quite as fun. I'll do it till I use up the soap though. There we go. The actual slide bit's getting better, and I forget what button you press. R. Yeah, R is how you would refill it. So as you can see, it's not doing quite as intense a job at cleaning as when you use the highly pressurized power tools. But this is something different, a little bit of a change of pace. Yeah. The stairs, it's all plastic, so I suppose I can go over with this, and then maybe I can now switch to this one again, maybe, and then clean up the bits that I missed. I might need to go squat down a little bit so that I can get the bits that are harder for me to access, like the hole underneath the dinosaur, which I do have to get. It's gonna be a little hard, actually. There we go. But yeah, I hadn't realized that I wasn't actually doing anything with the soaps. I didn't think anything was happening because I honestly didn't really seem to be making a difference, but you never know, so I kept doing it anyway. But yeah, turns out I was not actually cleaning anything. Wonder if I can use the green one. That's, yeah. I can't believe that this is still in early access, although I haven't played too much. This is only, you know, like the third big thing that you clean. So maybe there's like not a ton of content yet, and they're working on getting more content. I'm not really so sure about that. But to me, it's pretty good for an early access title. clean his little, what would you call these? They're not like horns, but they're like a tail. Is there a word for that? I don't know, I'm blanking. I'm in a bit of a food coma. I usually film right after I eat, and I tend to eat kind of just one meal a day. So it's usually a pretty big meal, and then I basically just like go into a food coma afterwards, and then that's when I film. So whether or not that's a good idea, I'm not sure. These look like bananas actually. I guess being in like a food coma helps me be sleepy so that I can sound a little more relaxing than if I was like really awake and hyped up. So you get the sleepy voice. I had a big dumpling feast. Dumplings are my favorite food. I broke out my bamboo steamer and I steamed them up. I had some shrimp dumplings and I had some pork soup dumplings and I had some barbecue pork buns. Or sorry, they might not be. No, they're not really barbecue pork. Barbecue pork buns are one of my favorite things, but these were just plain pork buns. Also known as a josh ball. Josh ball, one of my favorite foods, along with dumplings. So it was like a favorites feast of mine. But I think my stomach maybe shrunk or something because I couldn't handle the normal amount of dumplings that I would normally eat. So I was kind of like sad because I love to munch down on dumplings, but maybe also like maybe it's a good thing if I'm not stuffing myself with delicious dumplings. But I've always really loved them. My parents always used to joke and tell me about when I was a kid. I ate like normally, you know, like a normal kid. Well, when they started feeding me like normal food, that is, like more solid food, I ate normally like a regular kid. However, when they made me some Chinese food, some dumplings or something, for the first time, I ate like I had never eaten before in my life, and that just cracked them up. My dad was like, "Yep, my daughter is Chinese." Yeah, that was cute, and it's always been that way. I could probably eat more like dumplings than any other food. They're just so good. It's my food, like, if I could eat, you know, only one thing for the rest of my life, that's my food. Also, because there's so much variety. You could do vegetable dumplings. I love chive dumplings. They're so good. Or you can have with meat, pork. You can have soup dumplings. Sorry, I should probably stop talking about them before I make you hungry. And the point of this video is not to make you hungry, but to make you sleepy. What can I talk about that will put you to sleep? Something crazy boring, maybe. What's crazy boring? I was about to say cleaning, and then I realized that we are cleaning. I was going to say that I cleaned up my place yesterday. I hadn't cleaned in a while, so it felt like there was a lot to be done. But I'm such a lazy person. I just don't like cleaning up my apartment. I'm sure some of you can relate. But cleaning in this game is so fun. Why can't cleaning in real life be this easy and this fun? Or like in House Flipper, it's also really fun and easy to clean up. You just gotta press E or something, and then all the pizza boxes get picked up, or all the cardboard boxes everywhere, they just disappear. So easy. And you don't have to do vacuuming or like washing dishes. And all that boring stuff. Some people always comment on the PowerWash videos, how is everything getting so dirty or falling off? And yeah, you know what, you guys are right. Who's letting their house or this playground get so dirty? I mean, it being a playground for kids, this feels like a major health code violation for letting a place where children play become so ridden with filth. I mean, come on. That's not very cool. Kids gotta play here, man. I don't remember if there was a reason why this playground was so dirty, but yeah, I don't remember. It's getting there though. I think after this, the only thing that's left is to finish doing his tummy. The stego tummy. It's not super clean. Okay. Oh, and his little head on the side. The ground is really dirty too. Oops, we hadn't gotten his leg here. Well, I guess we went over this with the soap, but the soap wand extension hose didn't really fully clean everything. See these little bits that haven't gotten got, but I'll just tidy it up. Oh, I was at my dad's like a week or so ago now, but on his driveway, there's a dog in his driveway that he's power washed. I think I told you guys this before, that when my dad power washes, he likes to draw something, do a little design, and he almost always does a dog, 'cause he loves dogs. They're pretty much his favorite animal. He's always loved dogs, that's why I love dogs. So yeah, he always draws a dog. He's not necessarily an artist, but I think he does a good job. And I meant to take a picture of it last time I was at my dad's house and show you guys, since power washing has been a theme on the channel lately. I thought that would be fun. Bring a little real life power washing into to share with you guys. He used this one, you know, the real fine, basically to to write here, I'm gonna just write hi. Yeah, like that. Anyway, back to cleaning the stego slide. There's like a thin stripe of dirt I'm trying to get. There we go. Alright. And I think I've whispered in my last two, but I thought today we'll do something a little different, and I'll just speak really softly, because I know some of you are all about the whispering, and some of you are all about soft-spoken, and some of you don't really mind. You like both. I'm one of those people. And I actually go back and forth between which one I might be enjoying more. At the moment, lately I've been enjoying a lot of soft-spoken videos, which might be why I've made more soft-spoken videos. I tend to make the kind of content I'm currently enjoying, or it inspires me. Maybe that's what it is. I listen to someone's soft-spoken video and I'm like, oh, that inspires me. So I feel like I've done a lot lately, but the channel is called JubileeWhispers, so overall I think I will always usually make more whispering videos. So there should be something for everyone, I would hope. See, there's still little spots that are just not totally clean yet. But I think that I'll go ahead and, oh yeah, that's really bad. The feet, right around the feet. Oh, one over here. Some of these places are hard to get. You know, because you gotta squat down. Oh yeah, right in the armpit. Very dirty. This poor stegosaurus, we're cleaning you up. I should probably start trying to do the... Oh, is he done? No, he's not done yet, but it's so close. Oh, look, I saw, and the other armpit. By the head. The head looked like it's got some... Yeah, like under the eye, and right under the head. Kinda hard to get to. But let's move on to the... How did I miss this? How did I miss these scales? I don't know how that happened. I thought that I did them, but clearly I didn't. There we go, the stego slide's cleaned. Okay, let's do the floor around them. It does feel like a bit of a waste of water, I will say, yeah. A lot of people, you know, mention that. Okay, let's try the soap one again. Let's see, this is just universal. Oh, no, wrong button. There we go, the universal cleaner. Oh, that's working a treat. Yeah, that seems to be doing a pretty good job. Silly me didn't even think about the fact that you needed to get a new nozzle, whatever it's called, for this. Yeah, didn't even think about that. I do like the way it sprays. It's pretty, it's very nice looking. It looks like it sounds good. I haven't actually heard this one spraying, this hose. Oh, goodbye, my little high. Oh boy, we're missing quite a bit under here. Is it just me, or is it not cleaning the bit inside? Oh, the park warden says I still wonder why they use this fancy pants shock-absorbing rubber compound for the playground flooring and not good old-fashioned creosote. Oh, and I think we got maybe a job. Got a dirty old house. It's very hard to get over there. We'll move on to trying to clean up the rest of the playground floor. Although technically, you know, you should probably do the floor last. I can just right click. I just realized, you know, there's no need for me to keep holding down a button. Alright, let's clean up this merry-go-round. That's not what they're called. I feel like I haven't been a kid in so long that I've forgotten the name of this. They're calling it a roundabout, but that sounds like a British or a European way of saying it. I think we would call this a merry-go-round, if that's what I'm thinking of. Again, it's been a very long time since I was a child and played on a playground, so forgive me for being an old person that doesn't remember the names of things. Oh yes, I love when it's so dirty, and when you clean it up it's like a brand new color, like this lovely green. So nice, and I feel like we're unearthing the green. You know, it was there, it was hidden, it was just under the surface. We just had to unlock the green. Much better. Oh yeah, that looks good. Of course we've got this interior bit that's not really cleaned yet, and these bars, which we're gonna have to do like one side at a time. There we go. I can just rotate as I do it, and well, there's still some bits not quite done yet, but it's not a bad job. Not a bad job indeed. Okay. And we're cleaning the floor up quite a bit as we do this. Yeah, look at this. Let's do a heart. There we go. Look how shiny it is underneath. Yes. I just finished today while I was having lunch the show Gravity Falls, which is a kid show from a few years ago. It's actually not kind of old at this point, but it was so cute. I really liked it. I'm not a big cartoon fan. I wasn't even very interested in them as a kid, to be honest. I preferred the live action, educational kind of shows. What was that came up just now? I missed it. But I gave it a shot, and I loved it. It was really, really adorable. And like I had heard, not quite for kids. It felt like, obviously, kids, I think, is sort of the pickup. Kids is the intended target, the demographic, but at the same time, it's also made for adults to enjoy. There were quite a few jokes that I didn't think were meant for kids at all, but great for an adult with a childlike heart, or an adult that hasn't accepted that they're an adult yet, which is me. Although I have some adult problems that I can't escape, like my eyesight keeps getting worse. Yeah. And my knees are not great. But then my knees haven't been great since I was about 16, so there's nothing new there. I used them a little too much as a teenager dancing. And stretching a lot. Stretching is good, but technically stretching to a certain point is actually not really good for you, because your body is not actually meant to do splits and all that. It's kind of pushing your body to the extreme, and I would do that every day. Not the best, which is why people who dance professionally for a living only have so long that they can do so. They really often have to retire around 30 or so, because at that point it is just taking too much of a toll on your body. And so I stopped at like 17. Although it's already, well, my body already is, hurts. But I stopped before I needed to have surgery or anything like that. Whereas one of my teachers was like 22 or 3, and she had had 5 surgeries on her knees already. So, yeah. I am old. I have an old body, basically. And my eyesight has always been really bad. I've worn glasses since I was 5. The funny thing was that both my parents, for some reason, were surprised that I needed glasses. And I didn't understand why, because they both wore glasses their entire lives. And I told them, things are blurry to me. And they were like, oh, okay, well, you're probably fine. And I kept saying, guys, things are still blurry, getting blurrier. And they finally took me to like a little optometrist, and the optometrist was like, yeah, this kid needs glasses. And they were like, what? They were the literal surprised Pikachu face. and looking back on Yama was like, what were you guys expecting? You both wore glasses. Did you really think you were going to have a child that didn't need glasses? So I got my first pair at 5 or 6. Yeah. And I was already so sick of wearing them years later that I asked if I could get contacts for my 12th birthday because I was so sick of wearing glasses at that point. And then I wore contacts religiously for years. And then, honestly, I started getting tired of them a few years ago. Lately, I've been wearing glasses again, just kind of all the time. And I don't know if it's because I like wearing glasses again, or if it's because now I'm a grown person and I have to buy my own contacts and I'm cheap. I think that's what it is. I'd rather do a one-time payment of glasses than like continuing to buy myself contacts. Also, that and my vision is weird. I think I've got like astigmatism, which if you don't know what that is, you've only heard it in like shows. It just means that one of your eyes is not like perfectly round. It's nothing that weird and it's pretty normal. But it sometimes means contacts aren't the best fit for you. Because yeah, now it's gone to the point where contacts with like one of my eyes, they don't look great. Things are still slightly blurry in one eye. So I think for that reason I've yet to really buy contacts again. I just wear my glasses. Although I like having options, especially because I love to swim and it's so hard to swim and have glasses. You can't really wear a mask, you know. And I like to snorkel a lot. So it feels like I want to have contacts as an option. Anyway, yeah, this should truly be boring you as I talk about contact lenses. That's incredibly boring, isn't it? How effective is this one? Yeah, that's actually not bad. The big spray. There we go. We seem to be getting quite a bit cleaned here. That little bit in the corner is not getting cleaned. There we go. Let's go there again, yeah. Yes. Oh, well, maybe it's not the best one. Point was, Gravity Falls. Very good show, and if you haven't seen it yet, it's so cute, and I do recommend it. It's on Disney Plus, so you can watch it there. And you will love Maple too. Yeah, Maple is amazing. I don't know who wouldn't love her, but I really love Kristen Shaw, the voice actor, and the actor. But I love her voice and anything that she does. So she brought a lot of life and heart to the character of Maple. But now that I finished it, I just kind of want to watch it again. It had been like a lunchtime routine as we eat lunch, watch Gravity Falls. Okay, see, I already did the brunt of this job. I did clean up a lot of this, and it took me honestly forever. There's no way I could have fit all this in one video, because I was cleaning the playground for over an hour, and I still hadn't even gotten halfway, because I think we were at about 46% when I started this video. As you can see, we have done better. We are now at 73%. Not bad, but yeah, imagine what a crazy long video this would have been if I tried to clean the entire thing. That wouldn't have been good. I was hoping we'd have time to clean one other thing so that it wouldn't just be the playground. There's like a little bike we could clean. There's a bike, and then there's a Mars rover. It's the Mars rover. I think it's like, that's like a special. It's not like one of the normal jobs, but it's like possibly a time gated thing or a time release thing. Like, you only have one real month to clean this thing, and then there's a new challenge. I didn't really look into it. I haven't done it yet. But yeah, I thought maybe we could clean up the Mars rover or something like that. But now I'm not so sure because this playground is taking such a very, very long time. And we're not really getting the bit at the end there. I'm trying. Oh man, look, the whole back of this thing I missed. It's so hard. I sure hope you don't send your kids to this playground, because it's a mess. I would not send my kids here, and I don't even have kids. But if I had them, I would not let them play at this playground. It's a mess. Look at the tops of these things even. There we go. The tic-tac-toe dice, I remember them. Sort of. I didn't really play in playgrounds too much. I was a bit of a weird kid. I was an incredibly antisocial kid. Well, I guess antisocial isn't the word, but introverted is. I was one of the most introverted kids alive. And I've yet to actually meet another kid that's as introverted as I was as a kid. It was kind of crippling. My mother was really concerned because I would not speak to anyone that was not a family member or a friend. She, made me do a lot of things to get over my shyness, which was mainly acting, which helped. I'm still incredibly introverted, but I do know how to fake being an extrovert, and I do know how to, speak to people at this point. And she taught me quite a lot of social skills, to be fair. But man, as a kid, I hated going out, socializing, meeting new kids, strangers. I was not about that life. Ooh, look at that solid line. I have a funny story. Well, it's kind of funny, but it's also kind of sad that I always tell people as an example for how introverted I was. And that was, during the summer, parents try to get their kids to do fun things, or maybe just things to get them out of the house for a little bit. I'm not sure. And, I don't know which one it was for me, but my mother wanted to send me to vacation Bible school during the summer. Yeah, look at that line. And we didn't have a church. We didn't belong to a church or anything, so she had to experiment, look around town. And she found one, and she sent me there. Vacation Bible school's only 1 week. So I went the first day, and I hated it. What a shock. I didn't want any part of it. I didn't want to participate. I just wanted to stand there and be silent. I didn't talk to any of the adults. I didn't talk to any of the kids. I was just the most awkward kid alive. And bless their hearts, all the adults, or the teenagers, however old they were, the kids working there, they really tried to get me involved. They really tried to just make sure I felt included. Some of the kids knew each other, but then other kids were just naturally more sociable and were making friends with each other easily, the way children do. And I was being stubborn. What a shock. I'm a very stubborn person still. And when I got home that day, when my mother picked me up, I told her I did not like it one bit. I did not want to go back. Please do not make me do that again. And my mother was like, Allison, come on. It wasn't that bad, was it? I was like 4 or 5, by the way. Like 5, I guess. And I was like, yes, it was bad, and I hated it, and I don't want to go back. So she said, just stick it out one more day. Just try to go tomorrow, and if you feel the same way tomorrow, That's it. I won't make you go back. So I went back the next day with the knowledge in my mind that this was it. I didn't have to go back after today because I knew I wasn't going to enjoy it. Possibly because I had just made up my mind I wasn't going to enjoy it, because that's how stubborn I was. So when I got to the playground recess portion of the day, when they just kind of let the kids run around in the church playground or whatever, that's what made me think of the story, because it took place on a playground. I actually was kind of participating. I was like running around, giggling, laughing the way a normal 5-year-old would. And it's clearly made the employees happy. They were like smiling back at me, and I ran up to one of the, I keep wanting to say counselors, whatever they would be, the volunteers. I ran up to one of the guys and I said in my little 5-year-old voice, "Guess what?" And he knelt down in front of me, like, you know, the way a sweet person would talk to a cute kid, and he said, "What? What's up?" And I said, "My mommy said that if I don't have fun today, I don't ever have to come back here again." And I still remember the look on his face as his face just dropped, and I ran off giggling. What a horrible child I was, right? It's like the perfect story to describe how annoying and stubborn of a kid I was. And that I would do anything to avoid socializing with people. I felt so bad. That guy just wanted me to be happy and like have fun. And as someone who would, then went on to work with kids myself, I totally know how that feels. And if you've got a kid that's not enjoying themselves, that's awful. You want every kid to feel special and included. And if I had had a kid come up to me and say what I said to that guy, I'd probably be so upset. Either that or I'd laugh. He didn't laugh though. Anyway, what a horrible child I was, right? And then, of course, my mother picked me up and I was like, "Yep, I hated it today." And she's like, "Okay, you don't have to go back." And I didn't. Oh, Allison. Yep, that's my funny story about being a annoying little introvert kid. Yeah. Ruining that poor man's day. Well, I don't think I necessarily ruined his day. It wasn't that important of a kid, but it's still kind of funny. He thought I was going to tell him, some funny little kid story. And not about how I never wanted to come back here again. And never wanted to see him again. I didn't understand the concept of feelings, I guess. I don't know. Wow, this playground is really filthy. It is taking me a while. And I know I could be using the soap thing, I guess, but I can't be bothered to do that yet. This climbing poles. Oh, I guess I didn't get this. Look at that. And I did have friends, by the way. I wasn't like so antisocial that I never had friends. I did. I often would prefer to sit at home with my mom. So, like a year later, I was in a Catholic school because my mother, who was also a teacher, had taken a teaching position at the Catholic school. I was very briefly Catholic, by the way. I was baptized Catholic, and it was like literally just that 1 year, and then I was never Catholic again. I really don't have any memory of this, but I was at this Catholic school. My mother was teaching there, and I was in preschool there. And near the end of the year, my mother pulled me aside after school, and she said, "Allison, how would you like it if, instead of coming here every day, we stayed home every day, and I was your teacher. And that sounded like the best thing in the world to the most antisocial, introverted kid in the world. I already didn't like preschool at all. I liked my teachers, they were very sweet, but I just didn't really care about the other kids, and I didn't really care about learning things because I didn't feel like I was learning things. And that's why my mother decided to homeschool me. By the way, this is learn all about Allison's education day, clearly. But I talk about this because there's a lot of thoughts and feelings about homeschooling, and I have a very specific view that I can bring to it of someone who was homeschooled. And there's definitely a lot of stereotypes about how children who are homeschooled turn out, and I like to think that I break a lot of those stereotypes. Of course, I did just tell you a story about how antisocial I am, so maybe I haven't. So yeah, I can always talk about homeschooling if that's something people are interested in. However, I say that I would say the most important thing about homeschooling is that you do it for what I would say is a good purpose. And I'm not trying to slam religion here, but often I found the other kids that I associated with who were homeschooled were all homeschooled for religious reasons. And my mother did it for educational reasons. My mother, like I said, was a teacher, and when I was in preschool, she taught at the same school. She was friends with my teachers, and they took her aside one day and they said I wasn't learning anything. It just wasn't beneficial for me, that they felt like all I was doing was just kind of existing in this classroom all day. And like the things that I wanted to do were things that they couldn't do because it was like, for example, my mother was using scissors with me. She had taught me to use scissors at home, like the real ones, not the little plastic safety scissors, but all the kids in the class were using the safety scissors, and when I asked if I could have the regular ones, they said, "No, sorry, we can't give you those because we can't give them to everyone else." So they gave me the plastic ones, but then they felt like they were just kind of holding me back. So, that was the kind of stuff they told my mother, like, she can already read, she can already use the scissors, like, she's not really learning anything. So my mother thought she would just take me out. What was the point? Since she was already teaching me anyway. I was learning my stuff with her in our own time together. Although it did mean she would have to quit her job, so then money was a little tight, but my dad was lovely and he said that my education was worth it, so he would work hard for us, and he's the best. I love my dad so much, and that he valued my education. He's like the most supportive person, and he's supportive of my channel and everything. He's great. And obviously my mom too. So yeah, that was my reason for homeschooling, or my mother's reason for homeschooling, was not religious reasons, but educational. And there's nothing wrong with if you want to homeschool for religious reasons, but just really make sure that you are qualified to teach at that point, because too often I think I saw kids, and my mother saw kids whose parents really weren't cut out for teaching. It's really hard. It's genuinely very hard. My mother had an easy job because she only had me, the one kid, but some of these moms had like 3 or 4 kids, and that seems crazy hard. So then the kids were not getting the same education, the same level of education. Yeah, that's basically the reason why they get the stereotype, is if the moms or the dads, it was more often the moms, but there's no reason a dad can't homeschool, is they weren't getting the same level that they could be. it's an interesting thing to talk about, and I've met a lot of other really cool homeschoolers who turned out amazing. They're successful, they're bright, they're funny, they're talented. And you know, I have met some of the ones who are more like the stereotype of what people think homeschoolers are, that are really quite awkward, and they never cared about education or learning because their parent maybe didn't provide them with a great one, and you know, so it goes both ways. Yeah, that's what I want to say. But it is an interesting topic that I could talk about all day, because I did choose to be homeschooled for my entire education. As I got older, my mother felt less equipped to teach me to the best of her ability, since she was primarily an elementary education teacher. She was best working with kids, teaching them to read, teaching them proper grammar, teaching them to write. So as I moved into middle and high school, she was not so certain she would do a great job. However, I didn't want to go into school. What a shock. So she just found me some really good curriculum, I guess. Ooh, is a mess in here. Let's maybe go over, what is this? We got wood. Okay, let's use wood. That's my little interesting talk on being homeschooled. It allowed for me to have a lot of free time to pursue things I was interested in, and that's what I was grateful for. Was I had many different hobbies as a kid, and my mom would let me pursue all of them. Was I really interested in marine biology? Okay, well, she put a big focus on marine biology that year, and she had me enter what am I doing? It's out of soap. I entered like a club, marine biology association kind of thing, and I went to aquariums to study, and I was on this team, and we entered a contest, a statewide contest. Wait, no, wrong cleaner. Yeah, we entered this contest for classifying marine life. Very nerdy. So nerdy. That wasn't just an example, that I really was into marine biology, like a lot. Okay, I need this because I think I need to climb up here maybe. And by the way, I won that competition. Yay. I did. Can I jump on that roof? Oh my gosh, I made it. Oh, wrong one again. I need the wood cleaner. Yeah, and then if I was interested in writing a lot, then my mother would assign me a lot of like stories and essays to write. So yeah, she was basically great in that she really fostered my love of learning by letting me learn what I was interested in. And I really appreciate that, because I still really love to learn. You're never too old to stop learning. That's what I would recommend for anyone who's interested in doing a bit more hands-on stuff with their kids. Like, not necessarily homeschooling them, but you know, if your kid is learning at home, let them learn what they're interested in, and you'll see a big improvement. Come on, roof. Oh, there's a lot of dirt here. That's probably why. So some people ask, you know, will I homeschool my kids? And I think that depends on where I live, what I think of the education system there, and if I felt qualified. I don't have the same levels of qualifications that my mother did. I don't have a master's in education, so nowhere near as qualified as her. And then also, if they wanted to, because if my kids were like, I want to go see friends every day, then I'd be like, yeah, you go do that. they might not be as horribly antisocial as me. But I turned out okay because I still love my friends and see my friends. I just saw them yesterday for my first RPG session in over a year, and I posted a little picture because I was so excited. I got to use my dice, my amazing dice, you know, the ones that, oh, I made a whole video with them. You know, my roleplay, you know, and I'm gonna do something fun. We're gonna just like half the bench. That'll look really cool. You know, I made a roleplay showing you guys these amazing dice. Well, I had yet to get to actually use them in a session yet, but now I can say I have, and they rolled beautifully, and I love them, and all my friends love them, and I just was so excited to use the dice. I really like dice, but it was a fun session. One of our other friends wanted to come along, but he's not actually in our game, our party of adventurers, so we let him be. Like, we have a zombie in our party, basically. There was this guy who we had to expire, let's put it that way, in a nice way. Basically, we didn't feel he should be living anymore because he did something not so nice. But then we found out he had a son, and we felt really bad about that. So we just kind of reanimated him. Although the reanimation wasn't it wasn't amazing. Basically, our healer person who did it wasn't the best. So he was very like, I can't speak anymore. And we let our friend roleplay as him so that he could participate, but he didn't have like a character sheet or anything. And that was kind of funny. He has 1 HP. So we were like really careful. We're like, everyone, watch out for Alan. He's only got the 1 HP. Somehow Alan survived the entire session. However, he is close to death because the reanimation doesn't last forever. It's a timed thing. He only had like a week to come back and be living, well, if you could call it living. So Alan is actually going to perish soon. Yeah, but we told our friend actually that if he wanted to join, he could just straight up join and have a character sheet and everything. Okay, that ball is fine. Oh, there's another bench over here that we haven't gotten. And I think I accidentally cleaned a bit of it. I think this bench might be the last thing. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, see, this is the really satisfying stuff. I mean, the whole game is, though. But it is weirdly satisfying. Like, why do I find this so good? Why, as humans, do we really like to see things cleaned up? Are we inherently clean humans? Is that it? We don't like dirtiness, but that's not the case. And some of us, we don't mind living in a bit of filth, a bit of squalor, but we still like to see things cleaned up. Why is that? Why are we strange? We're a bit weird, us humans. Where's the dirt? Come on. Alright, well, something is still left. The monkey bars. Oh man, there's so much. How am I supposed to clean all these monkey bars? Oh, there's just too much dirt. Okay, how do I get all this? Do I have to climb on top of the monkey bars? Maybe I should. Okay, I think I can do that if I... Whoops. Oh my. I'm stuck. There we go. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Oops, that's the wrong button. Sorry, I don't know why I'm doing an evil voice for this. It's a little silly. Come on, we should be finishing up any second now. Come on. Just a little bit left. I guess I missed the backs. Okay. Something is still not done. I see something flashing over here. This awning. What, did I not get the underside? Yeah. Oh, and that bin over there. I missed that bin. Oh wow. Yeah, looks like we had some dirt in there. Okay, awning's clean. There we go, and let's get this bin. Bin is something that I just say now and I can't even help it. I used to say trash can all the time, always. But I just got so used to saying bin. It's so much faster, so much easier, and now I say bin. I know a lot of people get confused when I say things a non-American way, and it's not that I'm not American, I just kind of forget. Most of you guys probably know my partner's British, so he says things one way, I say things another way, and then we usually confuse ourselves, and then at some point we kind of just merge into one pronunciation, and sometimes we kind of forget if the pronunciation was originally British or American. Oh, come on. What am I missing? Oh, this bridge. So sometimes I say things American, sometimes I say things British, and sometimes I don't remember what's what. It's very confusing. Okay, I think I've got quick time to do one. Oh, look at this. Yes. One more tiny little baby job. So, hold on. Okay, very quickly, I thought I would wash this bike. This very dirty bike. What do you guys think? Okay. It's probably a pretty quick job. Look at that. It looks so silly when half of it's really clean and I can like get the foot peg cleaned. See, look at that, the underneath the wheel, there's inside the wheel, and yeah. I'll use the bigger one. And then of course we flip it around the side and oh, it's not clean. There's so many different individual parts to this one. Get them all. Oh look, the gnome. I just saw it. %. I think we might need to squat down a bit, do some interior cleaning. A lot of dinging in this particular one. Almost done. Almost done. Handlebars. Just some interior stuff. Sorry, I think I got really quiet because, yeah, just got really quiet. Almost done. Come on. What's left? There we go. were so many little individual parts to this one. How am I still not done? I don't even see anything when I press tab. Oh, there we go. How does that look? Much better. Okay. Time for you to go to sleep now. Hope you enjoyed another fun, super satisfying episode of PowerWash Simulator and my silly ranting on whatever silly things I talked about today. Alright, give a like if you want me to do another one in the future. I probably will, because you guys have been enjoying it, and honestly I've been having way too much fun making these. So, alright, lots of love from me to you. Hope you guys sleep well, and I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.